All right. Warm ups. We're going to start with our bounce today. You're going to imagine that your body is a spring, and you're going to let yourself bounce. And on each downward motion, I want you to pay attention to the feeling of the energy moving down through your body, that wave of energy. And I want you to notice anywhere that wave gets caught and move any part of the body you need to let go of that resistance or that tension. Good. And then we're going to twist from the dantian, hips are right above the feet are right underneath the hips. We're going to twist, arms are loose and floppy, like limp noodles. We're going to relax the hips, the knees, and the ankles. And really focus on the feeling of the arms moving through space. Make sure your shoulders are soft so the arms are flopping into the body. Good, and back to center. Now we're going to stretch all the way up really, really tall. Imagine you're hanging from your wrists. And let that stretch come all the way down to the base of your spine. And then we're going to swan dive to forward fold, but don't push down into this, just let yourself hang. And we're going to move any joint that needs to move. Wiggle your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders, head and neck, tailbone. Release all the tension. And then rolling up one vertebra at a time. Beautiful. Hands floating back up again. We're going to clasp the fingers together. Palms turn up to face the ceiling. And we're going to do a circle on the ceiling. Concentrate on your mid back and your low back here. And reverse that circle. Good. Hands face down. And we pull one arm behind the head gently. Little bit of flexion in the spine. Gently opening the serratus, the ribs, the obliques. Switch. Switch. And one more. Switch. And release. One arm comes across the front of the body, other arm goes underneath the elbow. Pull in gently, rotate up and down, and as you do, really visualize that rotator cuff melting like butter. We always want to use visualization because the mind is energy, and what you do with the mind, the energy follows. Good, and switch. Rotating up and down. Release. Good. And now one of my favorites, your right hand, I think, be this side. Yep, out. Go behind your back. Grab your elbow pit if you can. If not, go for your wrist down here. Elbow pit if you can. Hand comes out to the side, and then we twist this way. Relax that rear shoulder. That's what we're stretching, is that arm that's behind the back. Relax that rear shoulder. Good. Gently release and shake it out. Other arm behind the back. Grab that elbow pit, arms out, and we twist around it. Oh, yeah. Relax that rear shoulder. Breathe deep. And gently release. Shake it out. Beautiful. Shoulder circles. Big rolls. As high as you can go, as far back as you can go, and as low as you can go. Good. Now isolations. Just one shoulder. Big circle backwards. Good. And switch. Other shoulder. Big circle backwards. And now alternate. One and then the other. Really flex that rib cage to get that shoulder as high as you can. Good. And now we're going to arch the back as far as you can comfortably and wiggle anything you need to wiggle to make that more comfortable. And then flex. Wiggle it. And then arch. And flex. Good. Now we're going to roll through these. These are body waves. I'm going to turn sideways. You stay forward. And we're going to arch the back and let that arch bend forward until we roll over to flex the back. And we're going to roll the spine back up and arch, bend forward, and flex. So we're making a wave that comes up all the way through the torso. And then we fold over. One more.
Nothing's persistent.
Good. Hip circles. Starting small. Searching for any resistance, any fear, any pain. Slowly getting bigger. Movement like a massage. Let that sacrum melt. Reverse. Good. Feet together. Hands on the knees. Circles with the knees. Reverse. And reverse. Good. Toe into the ground, circle with the heel. Really relax that ankle. Reverse. Switch. Reverse. Okay. Beautiful. Let's do a little Qigong real quick, and then we're going to move into our set for today. We're going to learn the actual opening of the form. I want everybody to just do the best you can and leave the critical mind, you know, the inner critic, leave that out. We're going to do the best we can. We're going to learn the actual beginning of the form, but we're going to start with walking. So let's do Qigong first. Warm the hands up. Beautiful. Arms all the way up overhead. Close your eyes. Notice how you know your hands are over your head, because you can feel them. When I say release, you're going to let your arms swing down in front of you. Let them swing until they stop on their own. And release. Notice when they just begin to stop. And once they have stopped, notice what your hands feel like down. Down feels distinctly different than up. Beautiful. One more time. Hands up. This time you're going to notice the tension in your shoulders required to hold your arms up. You should have noticed the feeling of the blood in your fingers draining down into your arms. Notice the feeling of the air on your skin. All of these are proprioceptive clues telling you your arms are up. Relax even more this time and let them swing. Notice what they feel like down. Notice what the shoulders feel like completely relaxed. And leaving the shoulders completely relaxed, we're going to let the hands float up so slowly you cannot feel them move. Notice that you can't. No matter how slowly you move, you still feel yourself moving. Otherwise, you wouldn't know you were moving. So that's up. Now let yourself float down so slowly you cannot feel yourself move. Notice that down feels different than up. Beautiful. Fingertips pointing towards each other, hands about the height of the waist. Shoulders are completely relaxed. We're going to inhale, floating up. Splash the face with electric chi water. Exhale, draining everything in the body down into the earth. And relax even more. Inhale, floating up. Exhale, draining down. Focusing on the sensation of the space as you move through it. The slower you move, the softer your body is, the more you feel. The stronger your awareness becomes. Beautiful. Now the fingers are going to meet at the base of the spine. We're going to inhale all the way up through the spine, out through the crown. Palms turn out. Exhale down all around in a big sphere. Beautiful. Now relax even more. Inhale, pulling everything into the root, up through the spine, out through the crown. Exhale down all around. Imagine you were doing this movement underwater. What would that feel like? Beautiful. And shake it out. So now we're going to learn how to breathe through the hands. And let your hands float in front of you about waist height, facing the ground. And let your hands just float like seaweed. Let them be still. And we're going to imagine inhaling and exhaling through the palms. Notice what that visualization feels like. Now we're going to add the slightest movement, and we're going to notice what that does to the sensation. With the inhale, your hands are going to soften and relax. And then with the exhale, they're going to extend out just a tiny bit. Not stiff, but just extending, but still soft. Inhale, let the hands relax. Exhale, let the hands extend. We have to soften the body to inhale. And we have to extend the body to exhale. Now, as slightly as you can, with that inhale, letting your hands soften, let the hands float up just a tiny bit along with that softening. Inhale, soften and float up. Exhale, lengthen and sink down. Allow the air to begin to feel tangible, like water, like feel the pressure, feel the weight, feel the drag. Space is not empty. It's absolutely, completely filled with energy. They call it the 0-point field. In every particle of space, even an absolute vacuum, there's still energy that cannot be extracted. Good, and shake it out. Awesome. Okay, so now let's get to our walking. We're going to do our walking first, then we're going to do upper body, and then we're going to combine both of those two together. So everybody take a few steps back. Okay, so you're going to imagine a straight line on the floor, and your heels, one heel, the heels are going to be in a straight line coming forward towards me. Heels in a straight line, one foot is forward, one foot is backwards. Feet should be 45 degrees, pointing towards the corner. Legs should be bent. This is cat stance. And your weight should be on your back leg, no weight on the front leg. And we're going to shift the weight forward, shift the weight backwards, pivot that front foot. So this way, and then we're going to step really gently, put that heel down in a straight line forward. Both feet are 45-degree angles. Good. Shift the weight forward. Shift the weight back. Pivot that front foot. Step gently. You're always stepping like you're being silent in Tai Chi. So we don't put our weight onto that foot. We don't step into it. We keep our weight here and we place that foot down silently. Then we shift the weight forward, shift the weight backwards, pivot that front foot, and step gently. Shift, shift, pivot, step. Shift, shift, pivot, step. Shift, shift, pivot, step. Good. Backwards. Stance again. Heels in a straight line forward. Feet 45-degree angle. Weight on the back leg. Shift forward. Shift back. Pivot. Step gently. Shift forward. Shift back. Pivot. Step gently. Shift. Shift. Pivot. Step. Shift. Shift. Pivot. Step. Shift. Shift. Pivot. Step. One more. Shift. Shift. Pivot. Step. Good. One more time. Backwards. I want you guys to practice this walk this week. It's a necessary component to making the upper body work, and as long as you're confused and thinking about the lower body, it's going to be hard to combine the upper body with it. So once again, last time, lower body, cat stance, 45 degrees, weights on the back leg, shift forward, shift back, pivot, step gently. Don't lose your balance on that step. Step softly forward, backwards, pivot that front foot, step. Shift forward, backwards, pivot, step. Shift forward, backwards, pivot, and step. Good. All right, now back to your regular spots. Make sure you can see yourself. This way just a little bit. Everybody. Yeah, you too, Nance. Yeah, perfect. Okay, upper body. So we open the form, raising chi. We roll over that wave, and we sink down. All right, we're going to do that again. Relax the shoulders. Wave pushes out of the center of the chest. Arms roll over that wave. Sink down the backside. Again, inhale floating. Exhale draining. Good. Last one. Inhale floating. Exhale draining. Good. Now from right here, we're going to make a ball with your right hand on top. Okay, we're going to start with the bottom hand first. Bottom hand opens like you're throwing a frisbee all the way out to the side, palm facing up. We scoop down to come back to that ball. And then we throw that frisbee again, that octopus tentacle, let it flow out softly. Scoop down to come back in. And now we exhale as we open. And we inhale to scoop back in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. And now this top hand is going to sink down while the bottom hand goes out like this. Everybody hold here. So we're going to do this in pieces real quick so you can feel all the pieces. So this is where we end. Hand is about the height of your waist. This hand is out here about the height of your ribs. Then we come back to our ball. Boom. And then we go right back to here. Boom. Okay. Now we want to do that as softly as we can. Okay, so now when we make the ball, we want to shift the weight onto your right foot. And then as we ward off, we want to shift the weight onto the left foot. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Imagine a pillar of energy here. Exhale, let that pillar stretch out. Like really let those hands feel that space. Inhale. Exhale. Hold here. Now we switch all on the other side. Start with the bottom hand, of course. Open that, floating out like a tentacle. Scoot down to come back to the ball. Open that arm. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And now we're going to let that top hand sink. Inhale. And now add our shift. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You cannot move slow enough when you do Tai Chi. The slower you move, the more you feel. The softer your body gets. Good, shake it out. So now we're going to combine those two movements. That's a breakdown. Now we're going to combine those two movements. We start with the right hand on top of the ball. Shift onto the right leg. Ward off. Now from here, hand goes on the other side of the ball. Ball on the other side. And now we ward off this way. This hand goes on top of the ball. And now we ward off this way. Good, let's do that again. Ball with the right hand on top. Ward off. Ball on the other side. Ward off. Ball on the other side. Ward off. One more time. Ward off. Ball on the other side. Ward off. Ball on the other side. Ward off. So this is going to confuse you guys when we start walking, but what I want you to realize is that whichever hand is out, that hand's going to go to the top of the ball next. This hand is out, that's going to go to the top of the ball. This hand is out, that's going to go to the top of the ball. Okay, so we're going to do that 3 times. Then we have a pause here, so we're going to do one more ward off here. We're going to shift the weight backwards. Both hands come up and we touch wrists. And then that your left hand will sink down for a low block right by your waist. Your right hand stays facing up. Here is a high block. Right here, this is called white crane spreads its wings. Okay, so back to our ball. Ward off. Shift the weight back, hands come up to meet. Left hand comes down for low block. And we should be facing the wall, facing that way. Bow. Good. Again. Ward off. Hands raise. White crane spreads its wings. Face that wall. Boom. Good. All right, so now we're going to come back to our ball, and this is a totally separate movement, and this will confuse you for a long time until you get used to it. This is called brush knee push. We're going to start with the bottom hand. It's going to just twist and do a low block to the side right there. We're going to scoot back into the center of that ball and twist that hand, low block. That block, the arm is soft, not tense. It's not a karate block. It's a Tai Chi block. And low block. Scooping back in, low block. Now this top hand, you're going to imagine a plane of glass, and you're going to let the hand slide fingers first across that plane of glass towards the wall. And then at the last minute, it's going to open that palm for a push. Now we come back to our ball. Bottom hand low block. Top hand slides across a plane of glass, fingers leading. And then we open the palm for a strike. Back to your ball. And we're going to do both of these together. Low block and push. Back to your ball. Rush knee, push. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Good. Now from here, ball on the other side. Bottom hand low block. Top hand slides across the glass, fingers lead. Open the palm to strike at the last second. Brush knee push. Inhale back to your ball. Brush knee push. Remember, you want to be doing all of these movements just like Qigong. Let your body be just as soft. You should still be feeling the space as you move through it. Don't think so much you can't feel the space. Inhale. Brush knee push. Brush knee push. One more. Back to your ball. Brush knee push. Good. Now from here, so this is cat stance, but we're on our tippy toe. And this is en garde. Your left hand should be close to your elbow. Both arms are soft. En garde right here. All right, back to our ball. Rush knee, push. Okay, hold on, Joanne, you're doing ward off. Right here. This is your right hand. Low block. Nope. Back, yep. This hand, low block here. Yep. And then the top hand pushes across in front of you towards the wall. Yep. So watch Nancy's body and see if that makes it easier. From right here, rush knee, push. Back to your ball. Brush knee, push. And then here, switch the weight back. Both arms come up and sink into en garde. One more time. From the ball, rush knee, push, and en garde. Beautiful. Shake it out. Okay, so that's all of the upper body. Now we're going to combine all that. We're going to do it in a simplistic fashion because I don't want you thinking too much. So we're not really going to worry about the feet the first couple times we do this. I just want you guys to feel these movements. So scoot back wherever you were when we were doing our walking at the beginning. You're going to be, let's see, so I need to be this side because you guys, let's see, that's my right leg. So your left leg should be forward. Cat stance, heels in a straight line, feet 45 degrees. And your right hand should be on top of your ball. So I'm like this, but facing the wall. Okay? So now you're going to do ward off, but you're going to lean towards me when you do it. Ward off, lean towards me. All right, shift your weight back. Pivot the front foot. Step forward. Left hand's on top of your ball. Ward off, lean forward. Shift the weight back. Pivot the front foot. Step gently. Right hand's on top of your ball. Ward off. Okay, here comes white crane, spreads his wings. So we shift the weight back. Both hands come up, touch the wrists, and your left hand comes down for a low block. White crane spreads its wings. So now from here, we're going to go back to our ball again. Right hand's on top. And now we do brush knee push. So your left hand is going to block low. Your right hand is going to push forward. Nice. Shift your weight back. Pivot the front foot. Ball on the other side. Left hand's on top. Nice. Brush knee push. Shift the weight back. Pivot the front foot. Ball on the other side. Right hand's on top. Brush knee push. And from here, en garde. Great job, first time through. Stepping back. Okay. Left leg forward, cat stance. Same thing all over again. Right hand's on top, ball. And we're going to shift forward, ward off. Shift back, pivot the front foot, step, ball on the other side, left hand's on top. Ward off, shift back, pivot the front foot, step, right hand's on top, ward off, shift the weight back, hands come up to touch, left hand comes down to low block, white crane spreads its wings, beautiful. And back to your ball, right hand's on top, brush knee push, low block, push, good, shift back, pivot that front foot, left hand on top of your ball, brush knee push, shift back, pivot that front foot, right hand on top, brush knee push, shift back, on guard. Beautiful, shake it out. Okay, so Joanne, you're still doing ward off for brush knee push. It's a very similar move. It'll correct itself eventually, but just so you understand, this is ward off. Ward off. We do it 3 times. Then we do brush knee push, which is this. You're coming from the same place, but this is a low block, and this is pushing here. Okay, so watch this real quick. This is what you just learned. This is the opening of the form. We raise chi, we sink, make our ball, ward off once, ward off twice, ward off 3 times, white crane spreads its wings. Back to our ball, brush knee push, brush knee push 2, brush knee push 3, on guard. Make sense? Again. Left leg is in the front, cat stance, feet 45. Right hand's on top of your ball. Ward off. Shift back. Pivot the front foot. Step. Left hand's on top. Ward off. Shift back. Pivot the front foot. Step. Right hand's on top. Ward off. White crane spreads its wings. Back to your ball. Left hand's on top. Sorry, right hand's on top. Rush knee push. Nice. Shift back. Pivot the front foot. Left hand's on top. Rush knee push. Shift back. Pivot the front foot. Right hand's on top. Brush knee push. And back to on guard. Good, shake it out. Let's do one more. Left foot forward, cat stance. Left hand on top here. Boom.
Right hand.
Ward off. Shift back. Pivot the front foot. Step. Left hand on top. Ward off 2. Shift back. Pivot the front foot. Step. Ward off, 3. White crane spreads its wings. Back to your ball. Brush knee push. Shift back. Pivot. Left hand on top. Brush knee push. Shift back. Pivot. Right hand on top. Brush knee push, 3. On guard. Beautiful. Shake it out. All right, let's bring it back. Close it up with Qigong. Very, very good job, everybody. I want you to practice this little opening this week. The more you do it, the more it sinks in. Rub the hands together. All right, we're going to start breathing with the hands again. Palms face the ground. Inhale, softening the hands. Exhale, extending gently. Inhale, softening. Exhale gently. So coming back to Qigong, so let go of the thoughts, let go of the memories, and just focus on feeling. Feel the space as you move through it. Now really subtly, when you inhale, let those hands soften and let the hands raise just a tiny bit. Exhale, sink and extend just a tiny bit. Now slowly let that wave get bigger. Softening the hands and the wrist with the inhale. Extending with the exhale. Slowly let that wave come all the way up to the height of your shoulders. All the way down to your waist. Good. Now you're going to let the arms float out in front of you, rounded, like you're hugging a tree. Knees are slightly bent. Pelvis is tucked under just a little bit, spine up long and straight. And you're going to let yourself float right here. And you're going to breathe. And you're going to relax into every sensation you feel. So you want to allow yourself to float here. You don't want to stand stiff like a statue. You want to float. This is called posting. And what this does is it teaches you how to feel where tension is gathering in your body and how to use your mind to relax that tension. Andy, let your hands be about the height of your nipples. Yeah, there you go. Notice where tension arises in the body and use your breath and your visualization to relax those places. Good. Now really subtly let the fingers push towards each other just a tiny bit. And then let them expand outwards just a tiny bit. So we're breathing with these arms expanding outwards just a tiny bit and contracting inwards just a tiny bit. Feel that cushion of awareness in between the fingers. Beautiful. Now we're going to take all of this energy and we're going to pull it in towards the chest, towards the heart. And we're going to let it sink down through the body. And then the palms are going to turn out and we're going to scoop up, scooping all that energy in front of you. And we're going to pull it back in towards the heart. And then let it sink down. Inhale, scooping out and up. Exhale, pulling in and sinking down. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Hands all the way down to your sides. We're going to inhale the arms out and up with the wrists, fingers, knuckles, everything's going to be as soft as possible. We're going to imagine water dripping down off your fingertips as we inhale, floating up. Shoulders completely relaxed. Water's dripping down off of your fingertips. Fingers point together overhead. And we exhale, draining all the way down into the earth. Beautiful. Relax even more. Inhale, floating, fingers heavy, dripping. Exhale, draining. Last one, the most effortless thing you've ever done in your life. Inhale, floating. Hands come to prayer pose overhead, and we exhale down to the heart center. Allow your awareness to rest effortlessly in the center of every sensation. Accepting every sensation because every sensation is true. And every sensation is you. We accept everything as it is because everything already is. Anything else only creates tension inside of our own bodies and minds. The body, mind, and spirit are not separate components, merely different aspects of the same one experience. The more we unify the body, mind, and spirit through movement, breath, and awareness, the more effortless life becomes. Namaste. All right. Stretch it out. Goodness. Great work, guys. So it was confusing, but you guys all seem to start getting it at the end. Right?
Yeah. Practice.
Any questions? No.
I'll download that and just take out for our practice on Monday.
Yeah. Good idea. Good idea.
Obviously, you can practice at home.
Yes.
Nice. So great work. Love you guys. See you, I guess, on Tuesday, Nance.
Yeah. We're not here next Friday.
Okay.
Well, they could be, but Joanne said no.
Yeah, I'm just going to practice at home next week, I think.
Okay. No problem. And so no class next week is what you're saying?
No class next Friday.
Okay. No problem. Remind me of that, please.
Okay. And so I don't remember if you sent me last Friday's class, but if you can send this Friday so everybody can practice at home.
I will. I'm pretty sure I posted it, but I will check. This is
And what part of
four,
it's, yeah,
is this
yeah.
4 or 5?
Or, I
This is, I don't remember.
don't either.
I'll look.
I think it's 5 because you guys did 3 by yourselves, and then we got
Then we got
Linda.
Linda. Yeah.
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, so I will post that and I'll send you a link. Well, it'll be in the same place as the
Yeah.
other ones. Awesome. Well, you guys have a great weekend.
Thank you,
Hey,
you
you
too.
too.
Get some
All
rest.
right.
Get some rest. She thinks you're tired.
You said you were tired.
Oh, okay.
I didn't sleep at all last night.
Aw.
Oh, is that why you're like this?
That's
You're
why
like
I'm
this.
not here. So we're going to go take a nap.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Righty, good.
You guys have a good weekend.
You
Bye.
too.